Well, the thing is, like, after level 50, what I do is I just start like power leveling. I think illusion might be the easiest way to power level. Should I tell you how to power level? I mean, you can find it on the internet, I guess. Like, you enchant your armor to reduce the cost of spells down to nothing. And I would just like get paralysis and then get like a full set of illusion gear. Go find yourself like a fox or a rabbit or something and then just paralyze it over and over again to grind illusion. And then you can, like, once it gets to 100, you reset the skill and do it again. Spend a few hours doing that. And you just like power level. It's not particularly fun, but it allows you to get a whole lot of perks. Because I mean, you know, once you have more or less the best gear, you can't get better gear from exploring anymore, right? And leveling naturally beyond level 50, like it takes so long, and there's really not that much point to it. So just power level. How is this? Yeah, sounds dull. I prefer just moving from the skills to playing as a mage or something. Yeah. No, but like even just playing naturally. Playing naturally, like you really, like the soft cap really is level 50. Yeah, the end game is different. I guess if there's one complaint, if I'm allowed to complain about Skyrim, which I guess I'm not allowed to, because it's so good. But if I am allowed to complain about Skyrim, it is the end game. It's like after level 50. The game kind of just stops. Which, you know, like level 50 is more or less you completing all the quests. I guess if you just do all the quests, you get a bit further past that. I guess what I'm saying is, compared to a game like Diablo 3, let's say, completing the story is the start of the game. It's not even it's not the end of the game, it's the start of the game. Whereas in Skyrim, completing the story is more or less the end of the game. Anyway, I'm just like asking for unrealistic things. Some sort of perfect game where there's a really good extended endgame, as well as a really good early game. I did find a Fallout 4 mod. Wait, why is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's that? Alright. Fallout 4, like there are Fallout 4 mods that make the endgame more interesting. One of them is called War of the Commonwealth, I believe. And it just like increases the spawn, enemy spawn. So 1, it's more challenging, and 2, it's more interesting. You can increase the enemy spawn to the extent that just there's enemies everywhere all the time. D2, how is this D2 came close? No, it had a fun story, it plays a difficult progression for getting all the top tier items. Yeah, Diablo 2 you might be right. Diablo 3 is good. I think Diablo 2 had an even more... Not that I played Diablo 2 endgame that much, But it just had like this infinite endgame pretty much. You just go on forever and ever and ever. I'm just wondering like if a Skyrim game or like if an Elder Scrolls game can manage to accomplish that. Just have like an infinite endgame. Or a near infinite endgame. There's always the Elder Scrolls 6, which they are working on. Have you played The Witcher 3, Harbour? That game is similar to Skyrim. I guess it's a little bit different. But that game, like, it's really fun up until you finish everything, and then there's nothing else to do. How is this nope? Okay, well. It doesn't have anything in the endgame. Like you play through the story. If you want to, you do all the optional quests. You fight all the optional monsters. And then once you've done everything once, there's literally nothing else to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like there's no point redoing anything or fighting anything again. Ever since I've seen the fighting, it seems very Dark Souls style. Oh, it's much less Dark Souls style. Maybe you've seen other people fight. Maybe other people do it more Dark Souls style. The way I fight, I just jump around. Just jump around a lot. What I'm saying is, maybe you've been watching good players. And if you watch a bad player like me, it's nothing like Dark Souls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But says I like the simplistic Skyrim style. I mean, it's... yeah. Skyrim, but it's not like... it's relatively simple, but there is like skill to it. I mean, like blocking, dodging power attacks. No thinking, just tank or bows and kiting. Well, I don't know. Maybe you're not fighting it well enough, however. Wait a minute, just tank? No, you gotta like shield and like shield bash before they do their power attack. Don't you do any of that? Speaking of good players versus bad players, however, what on earth? Yeah. I don't remember, does Skyrim have dodge? How is this? Well, I mean tank as opposed to using those road dodge methods. Yeah, okay, yeah. I do like that too, because it's kind of, it's more like sensible. You're standing there with heavy armor. Why are you rolling around? How are you like jumping around when you're wearing heavy armor? It makes more sense to just like, you know, shield. However, it says whenever I sword and board, I use the shield for sure. Generally always end up with bows. Yeah, bows are quite strong in Skyrim. and quite well designed too. I think they were overcompensating a little bit because bows were really bad in Oblivion. I would say I hate this slow two-handed stuff. Yeah, same. Although, maybe the point of two-handed is you're not supposed to do it solo. Because if you have one of your companions drawing aggro, and you can like, go behind them and two-hand them with a big hit. But it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense if you're one-on-one. Because it's too slow, as you say. Basically, you can't get any hits in. Oops. Guess I didn't really mean to circle that up. Fill that in. Oh, we're not supposed to be that far down either. Ah, so much water. Just gonna sponge this out. And then figure out the rest later. One, two, three, 4, 5, and 6. Cow. I guess it's not that hard to make. To make like late game content, what would you do? I guess like you go through a dungeon, fight a dragon, and then get some loot. And you just like go do that over and over again. I mean that's basically Diablo, right? Do the blades give you that sort of thing in the end game? I know they tell you to kill Parallax. Those bastards killing Parallax. But if you kill Parallax for them, do they send you dragon hunting afterwards? I don't know because I never kill Parallax. Yeah, I just don't kill them. Because I imagine, I mean, Skyrim endgame, it would be that, right? You have to like go through a dungeon and then fight a high level dragon. And then every time you do, maybe just get a random enchanted item. Although just the loot itself, the dragon bones and things, might be worthwhile. And maybe if the dragons were more varied. Like imagine... like some of them are immune to certain things. Let's say you have one that's immune to arrows, and you have to use destruction spells only. Or maybe like one of them has, you know, certain, like use a lot of magic. And if you don't gear up for magic resistance, you can't break it. Maybe like some of them have healing. Just like a little bit more complicated. Wiki says there are 11 dragon hunting quests. But they're specific dragons, right? They're not repeatable. Am I lagging? Something's going on with my computer, I'm not sure what it is. Oh, I am lagging. Maybe I am overheating. I guess what I'm trying to say is, however, like if there was endgame content like that, that just goes on forever, and you have to like gear up specifically and use specific weapons or specific skills against each one, just to keep things interesting, then I would say Skyrim is the perfect game. Just like a compelling, endless late game. However, it says, but you have to have recruited 3 members to the Blades by being on yourself, which I believe means you have to have killed Parallax. Yeah. I think, isn't Parallax? Parallax is the first one, right? Parallax is the first dragon hunting. And then all the other ones are the other named dragons. I have recruited 3 members to the Blades without killing Parallax. I mean, I have no problem with killing unnamed dragons. If they sent me to kill anyone except Parallax, I'd be fine with it. It's a little bizarre. I wonder, like in the game testing, in the play testing, if that ever came up, it's like, why would anyone ever kill Parallax? What percentage of people actually kill Parallax? Because the thing is, like, after you kill Alduin, Parallax actually says that he's gonna lead the dragons, and he's gonna try to lead the dragons to be less destructive than Alduin. Like, he literally tells you that he's gonna, like, stop the dragons from being a nuisance in the future. And then the Blades tell you to kill him. Like, that makes no sense. It makes no sense at all.